Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer to the channel, then a huge welcome. You're very welcome to be part of this lovely community that is growing around me, and I'm so grateful for it. So if you want to find out how I got on at this week's weigh-in, which is weigh-in 44 on Slimming World, then please stay tuned and I will fill you in. So some of you who may be regular viewers and subscribers of the channel may notice that I've had a little bit of a haircut, and I did go for a haircut yesterday, so my hair is a lot shorter and a lot blonder than it was before. It was definitely needing done, but I did go to a new hairdresser yesterday and it was a great experience. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but I think going to the hairdressers as a woman can be quite a sensory overload. You're trying to keep yourself occupied. If you get a full head of highlights like me and you're in the hair salon for 3 or 4 hours, you're trying to not cause any awkwardness with the hairdresser. You're trying to maintain eye contact and interest in what they're doing to your hair. You're trying to maintain a conversation if you can, and you're also mindful of what they're doing to your hair at the same time. Sometimes it can be a bit uncomfortable as well. And of course, you are stuck sitting on your bum on a chair for hours on end. And I think all of that in combination with really loud hair dryers and things like that as well can be quite tough. But what I did notice yesterday is that I haven't been to a hairdresser's as chilled as this for quite a long time. It was really nice to go back to someone who I have actually met before. And this hairdresser was initially a trainee when I met her at a salon sort of just after COVID. So she was working with someone who was doing my hair, and she now is a fully qualified hairdresser and she's working in a really local salon to where I live. So I do get my nails done every month. So usually every payday, you may notice that they change colour very slightly. I don't go for anything too in your face just because of work. But what I do like to get my hair done I like to get my hair done every 2 months. So every second payday, my hair does need to be done again just because I am getting it blonde. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience yesterday, and it just made me see how different I feel about going to the hairdressers is for me since I've lost weight, because I used to take up the whole seat and it was quite uncomfortable actually. I could never get comfortable. I used to have to switch from, leg or hip to hip. I did at times also just sort of stand up because I would get such a sore back. And yesterday I didn't have that problem at all. I didn't feel conscious of anything whilst I was in there, and it was a really lovely experience. So yeah, I hope you like my new shorter locks. I did get a little bit shorter than I originally planned, but because we are going on holiday a month today, we're also going on holiday later on this week, which some of you may know about. I did want to get a little bit longer out of the hair length for going abroad in a month's time. And then of course a month later I'll be due to go back again. So it should be at quite a good sort of length for going away. Now, of course, this is week 44 or weigh-in 44 on Slimming World. So I will just ask before I get on to the nitty gritty of this week and the weigh-in results, just to ask if any of you are not already subscribers, if you would consider subscribing to the channel. If you do enjoy this video, or if you have watched some other videos, I would be really grateful if you would join me and lots of other people on this fantastic journey of weight loss, travel, lifestyle, inspiration, and just general life as a woman in my early 30s. So it'd be really great to have you come along with me. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who is already subscribed, who is a fantastic member of mine. If you're not, please check out my community post and my main YouTube profile if you're interested in becoming a member. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. And of course, all of the people who view my channel. And of course, I cannot leave out the fact that I've done 2 lives in the last week, and both of those lives have gone incredibly well. And I will try to schedule 1 live every week where possible. And I hope that you all continue to enjoy and engage in it just as much as you did on the last 2 occasions earlier on this week. So thank you so much. So of course, as I said, weigh-in has happened. It's weigh-in 44. I can't quite believe it. It really is quite scary to think that we're at this stage, but you are all with me. You've been on this journey with me from the very beginning. Some of you have had your own weight loss journey to follow. Some of you are already on your sort of target and maintenance sort of goal, and some of you are also trying to gain some weight as well after maybe losing a little bit too much. And some of us are just here to enjoy the content, and certainly I do watch other YouTube channels, and I don't necessarily watch it for the weight loss advice, or sort of, I'm there to watch the person. And I think that's really important, is that you're watching me because you enjoy it, not just because you feel you should if you're trying to follow Slimming World. And of course, there are good parts and bad parts to every single part of a weight loss or a weight gain journey as well, just as much as maintaining your weight can be challenging as well. Now, obviously, I do have my book here, and I will run through where we're currently sitting at the moment. So the last award that I got was a 5.5 stone award. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I did previously say that I wanted to get to a 6 stone loss before we go to Tenerife. Now, obviously, Tenerife is a month today, so we go away in a month's time today, and it's currently the 7th of April, by the way. So yeah, we go away in a month's time, and I would really like to get my 6 stone loss for then. So I do have a little bit of a plan, and the plan this week is to actually take a holiday week from Slimming World. So my next weigh-in video won't be till I come back from Copenhagen, and of course we go there later on this week. But I did think it was important for me to be able to enjoy going with James on holiday, just the two of us. We're not taking any of our kids with us, and this city break was a very impulse book. We booked it in January earlier on this year, and we have planned and thought about it so much that I really, really just want to go and enjoy it. So I know I've got 3 days before we go away on holiday from today's video that I'm filming right now, but I don't really want to worry so much about sins in the run up to our holiday. If it gets to Wednesday night and I fancy getting a bit of a takeaway, nothing too bad, but on the run up to holiday, our tradition would always be to get a little bit of a takeaway before we go away. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that, because my plan was to get weighed on Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. But on Thursday morning, I have to drop Rocco off at the kennels really early. We've also got to get ourselves through to Edinburgh. We're then going out for lunch, and then we're then catching our plane. So I've got quite a lot going on Thursday. And of course, yeah, I could do the weigh-in. But for me personally, I've made that decision to not weigh this week, and to just find out what the results are when I come back. But when I do come back, we fly back into Edinburgh again at the end of the week. So we come back on Sunday night. And so it means I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week before the next weigh-in. So any sort of weight gains, which will be, I'm being realistic, any weight gain will hopefully be minimised or managed by the time I go back to get weighed again. And that will be weigh-in 45. So I'm not doing it specifically per week, obviously, because I have had some holidays and things last year in the summer. But yeah, I think, weigh-in 45, there's only 52 weeks in the year. James and I never do anything like this, and that's why it's so important for us to have some time where we can just enjoy what we want to do. Now, for this week, obviously I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as I've said before, but I have already meal prepped what I'm having. So for breakfast, I'm going to have some scrambled eggs. For lunch, I've got some red pepper and tomato soup. And then for dinner, we're probably going to just use up what we've got in the freezer. So we've got some corn sausages. We've also got some vegetables and chicken skewers, and also some diced chicken breast. So I will just make meals up with that for the next few nights. We've also got some flavoured sort of spiced sardines, and we also have a bag of the Tesco frozen chicken and chorizo paella. So it's £3 per bag, and it's fit to serve 2 people as a main, or you could probably use it for 4 people as a bit of a side to a meal as well. So yeah, that'll do us for one of the nights for dinner. And of course, as I said, we've got chicken, we've got rice, we've got pasta, we've got some vegetables. So lots of things that we can definitely make easily at home without having to go and do a food shop. And again, not wasting food as well, just because we are going away. So the plan will be that we will go on holiday, we'll then come back, we'll do a bit of a food shop, and that'll be us right back on it again. So I think from that perspective, I'm ready for a break, but I'm also aware that when I come back, it's back on it again because we have our holiday in a month's time. So yeah, I hope you guys understand that. I hope you don't feel like it's a bit of a cop out that I'm going on holiday and hence I'm taking a holiday week. But I know some people take holidays because they have a bit of a cold. I know some people take holidays because they're just not feeling it. And I know some people take holidays or they just don't turn up because they just don't feel it, and they've maybe had a less than good week, or they've maybe struggled, they've maybe had a few things come up, hormones, etc. If you're a woman, so I get it, but I hope you guys get it at home as well. But yeah, so certainly went to my weigh-in yesterday morning. And obviously we've had Easter, we've had other things on this week as well. But what I will say to you is that I did have a gain this week. It was more than I thought, to be honest. I thought I was maybe going to gain half a pound or maybe a pound at most, but I did actually gain 2 pounds this week. So I was a little bit disappointed by it because I could have definitely have eaten more. I only had 2 hot cross buns in the whole week. I didn't even have an Easter egg this year. And so I'm a bit like, why have I gained £2? Why? So it's a little bit annoying. We did have one meal out that we enjoyed, but it wasn't anything too significant. So it is what it is. I'm not going to be worrying about it, to be honest. But at the same time, I think it's also a good position for me to then go and have a great time on holiday and come back and then deal with whatever I need to deal with before we go away again. What I will just say to you is that I think the terminology is really, really important. So I've had a great week. I honestly have. It's been a really productive week. I'm now into a size 14 dress for work. I've worn dresses every single day this week for work with tights and with boots. And I have honestly had compliments every single day from a whole range and variety of people who perhaps wouldn't normally give me a compliment. So that in itself is fantastic. I feel much slimmer in my clothing. I will do a video about my sort of like clothing haul before I go on holiday as well. So I will just show you what I've got in the next sort of running up to our holiday to Copenhagen. But what I will just say to you is that I am now able to fit back into designer jeans. So I do have Levi's and I've not been able to wear these for years, no joke. But I did go shopping yesterday with my husband and with Logan, and we did go into a few different shops, and I was over the moon to know that I can now fit into shops that would normally be out with my comfort zone or complete price range or size range. But we got fantastic deals. We went to the outlets and we did manage to get a great deal on top of some of the things that we bought. So I will speak about that in another video, just because I do have another couple of things I'd like to pick up before we go on holiday. But you can be sure that I will show you guys what I managed to get. And it's such an amazing thing for me that I've been able to do that. So I'm mentioning this because when I did stand on the scales and I did have a gain, the lady who weighed me probably didn't even realise what she was saying. And I can understand why she said what she said. But at the same time, I think it can be detrimental to people who maybe have had a really difficult week, or maybe had a weight gain, or maybe not deserved, or maybe not got the weight loss or the maintain that they deserved or they wanted. And obviously everyone's got a specific plan or agenda in their head. So some weeks you really want to have a good weight loss. Some weeks you may just be happy with a maintain, or you may plan to have a maintain. And some weeks, you do eat a little bit more of things that you really want and want to have and enjoy with your family, with your friends. And you have to just expect that you will gain at some point, and that's okay. But what the lady said to me when she weighed me is, oh, we've all had really bad weeks, so don't worry about it. And I actually said, I've not had a bad week. I've had a great week. And she just gave me a smile and gave me my book back, which was fine because it was really busy. And it was about 20 to 8 in the morning. So it was pretty busy at that point. The class starts at 7:30 on a Saturday. So there was quite a queue behind me, and obviously I'm not wanting to hold anyone up. But yeah, it was just a bit like, I've not had a bad week. Just because I've had a slight gain doesn't mean it's a bad week. And I think for some people, it could be really detrimental, as I said, you know, in the mindset frame of mind of, I've been bad, I've eaten bad, I've had a bad week, I've had bad food, that's not good food. Food is food at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Food is food. It's the moderation part of it that we all need to work upon. So, you know, that's the bottom line, really. We can't blame certain foods for gaining weight. We have to just be mindful and check ourselves to say, okay, well, I have had, say, a burger and chips today. I think I might try to have a salad or an omelette, or maybe have an omelette and get out for a bit of a walk tonight. It's all about moderation. And the more I think about it, there is no bad aspect of weight gain and weight loss. It's about how we think about it and how we deal with it on our own. And sometimes, as I said, these comments would have really, really had a bad impact upon me before. So when I was much heavier, I was over 21 stone. And at that point, if somebody had said to me, oh, we've all had a bad week, I probably would have left that room and cried in my car. And that is no joke. I would have went and cried and probably went and bought myself some food, because I probably would have just felt so bad about it that I wouldn't have known how else to deal with it. Whereas now I actually said, oh, no, wait a minute. I've had a great week. Whereas I hope that that person then realised, oh yeah, I've said she's had a bad week because she's gained weight, but that doesn't mean she's had a bad week. You know, there's so much to it that can give you great feelings and maybe not so great feelings. And it doesn't have to revolve around your weight. So I think that's a really important thing just to always remember, is that your weight does not dictate who you are as a person. It doesn't and it shouldn't dictate what you get up to and what you do in your personal life and what you enjoy. But it can dictate your weight in your personal life, and it can dictate your life, because it can have such a negative impact upon you. And of course, people can stigmatise people who are overweight or underweight. And it's bad enough in this day and age as it is on social media, without feeling that you have to look or be or act a certain way. You have to just be you, and you have to be comfortable being you. And I must admit, at the grand old age of 32 and a half, I am the most comfortable I've ever been as a person in my whole life. No joke. And yeah, nothing phases me anymore. And I think that is such freedom for me and such, you know, life for me. You know, it really is such an important part of everything that I've done so far. I never ever thought that I'd be able to be the confident, happy person that I am, and I am. And it's quite difficult to imagine where I was before. But all I know is that I can never get back to being that really depressed, down, feeling alone, even though I wasn't alone, but feeling alone in my head, you know, feeling demotivated, you know, having a day off from work and literally sleeping it away because I had nothing else I wanted to do. That was my life. I used to eat so much in a day that it was unbelievably sickening, but I would never get sick of eating because food was my addiction. And I can never say that I don't ever have a food addiction. I have to manage the addiction, just like anyone else who has anything that they perhaps do too much of, in the form of exercising, smoking, drinking. And you know, the feeling that your brain gets, it's euphoric from food. And of course, some of the foods give you more euphoria than others, in the form of carbs, sugars, things that are less healthy for us, but within moderation, they are really enjoyable and they taste great. So I would recommend that you all think how positively you are all changing your lives, and never, ever, ever think that because you've done something different one week that's maybe not as positive as another, it really should not impact upon how you view your week. Because we're all human and we're allowed to make mistakes, we're allowed to have indulgences, and we're allowed to give ourselves a bit of a break as well whenever we need it. So please do take care. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate all of the new support that I've gained over the last couple of weeks, and I hope you'll have a fantastic day whenever you choose to watch this video. Thank you so much. Please do take care. Thanks. Bye.